Hey guys, welcome back. I was traveling pretty harmlessly, looking for my armor or my companions, but then I got ambushed by bandits on the way there, so I thought I would jump us right into the action here, where I should probably be able to beat these guys in an archery fight. That's why you don't run around outside at night, kids. Let that be a lesson to you. I'm gonna do the exact same thing though. Okay, so seems there's no one here. I was just traveling along through Swadian lands to get to Jelkala because there's a tournament there. Now, that is the helm we're going to eventually want, and those iron greaves. Both of these not being battered, those are the ideal helm and boots. And around 6 or 7 defense gloves is about the expected outcome there. So, I hadn't... Why is that one? What? What? Why is this happening? Does he not know who we are or how many we are? Usually bandits only ever attack when you are lower in number than them, so I do not know what this guy's doing. He's super confident. He's like, you know what I can do? Take on all those guys on horses. I don't think so, guy, but I admire your grit. The cut of your jib. Well, let's just keep going here. I was getting a bit of issues with the recording. I was starting to go back to edit the first of the videos, and I upped the resolution that I'm recording in. When I was playing Diablo, I was just recording in like 720, but I increased it for this playthrough right now just because it looked a little bit blurry. I don't know how accurate that was though, if it was just the recording itself or whatnot. So I'll see if that affects anything. Seems there is a bandit attack somewhere. Bovran, right there, okay. But we will join this tournament. Oh, here we go. I believe, despite having gone to multiple tournaments here, I don't think I've actually won a tournament here yet. So, life goals, I guess. I know I did lose the first one here by trying to run interference for my crossbows and just getting stomped. I remember that happening. I don't remember how the next losses happened. So I know I lost at least once here. Missed my couch lance. There we go, hit that one, but our horse is almost dead. So I'm gonna want to go for this crossbowman first. Here we go. One more down. I ideally would like to kill this footman just because I can handle another spear guy on foot, but if I get dismounted I can't kill this swordsman unless I pick up a... Nope, that is not what I wanted. Nor is a dagger what I wanted. Nor is a shield what I want. Practice sword, come on. improv there. Just wanted to get a sword in case I got knocked over off my horse, because then I wouldn't have been able to fight back very well. Okay, we are back on our feet. This could be bad. Missing does not help my situation. I'm going to get this horse. Yeah, but it seems our team's actually winning without us. Hooray. If at all possible, you should always probably grab a horse in these fights, just because it always gives you the ability to recompose yourself, to pick your fights. Same concept as in field battles, so I hit someone that I wasn't intending to hit there, but it still killed them, so. Thankfully we had backup there. Looks like we're gonna again win this one as a team. Good job, team. We are actually being carried by our allies. Who would have thought? Okay, so we can let these two duke it out, although I'm just going to assume the guy with the shield's gonna win. But maybe I'll be surprised. Oh, that was the king. Hey, king. I should have coached that guy. Don't need to do it anymore. See if our crossbow friend can get a shot in the back here. Otherwise, I am going to sacrifice him by using him to get me some time so that I can wheel around. Oh, messed it up. You ideally do not want to actually stop when you are trying to go for a couch lance. If at all possible, you should try and wheel so that you can keep some of your speed, because whether or not you couch is pretty much just momentum based or top speed based. The joys of crossbow battles. All you essentially have to do is the AI will never, will always stand still when reloading and whatnot, so all you need to do is just juke about and they will completely screw it up. So we have enough money now to buy leg or head armor, so all we need to do is just find the right town that has it. Forest bandits again, huh? Okay, similar concept to before. You cannot expect the peasants to be able to weather the storm of their ranged attacks. So we're just going to send them in as a distraction. And this should allow me to start to skim them from the top or the back, whatever. Ideally, you do not want to do what I just did and get stuck. And my game just tabbed out. Thanks, Steam. Appreciate it. So if there's any pause there, that's because my game tabbed out. Apologies. And I'm charging my companions in now, because better them actually trying to fight than just letting them get shot to death. He does 0, I do 132. How's it feel, Mr. Archer? Hey, our doctor lived, that's good. No, you can accept the reward, it's perfectly normal. I just find that sometimes the towns aren't really wealthy enough that it's not really worth it to bother. Plus, these are just easy ways to get, that was the wrong one. Just easy ways to get honor if you're going that route. I'm probably gonna make my companions level crossbow, because usually, especially for the mostly non-combat ones, I like to give them crossbows so that they can do something to help out. So as far as I remember, Veluca. One day I'll look up the proper pronunciation, but it didn't have any of the gear I wanted, so I'm gonna go to Yelin. We still need to find Clethy and Mizar. No real idea where they are, but I'm sure we'll run into them eventually. Gear-wise, I don't see anything we're looking for. Like I said, we want these, but without the negative armor. I mean, it's probably fine to go like 2 less or whatever, but might as well just get the base gear, if at all possible. We also can be on the lookout for a charger. Mountain bandit hideout is over there, so hopefully that means there's no mountain bandits on this mountain. Although at this point we could probably take on a few. We are getting up there in equipment, but we are far from perfect. I would say if we wanted to be sure that we could take them on, we would probably want to have a charger first, so that we don't get dismounted, because that would be awkward, as it always is in outnumbered fights. So there we go. Got some plate boots, so we just need our helm and our gloves. Helm, gloves, horse, bow. The list is slowly shrinking. We don't want war horses, we want chargers. They're just generally speaking the best horse we can get. Swadian militia, huh? Yeah, okay. These are just the tier 2 Swadian infantry. They tend to have crossbows. Seems I am dramatically overarching my shots here. Overarching, not arching, whatever. As you can see, our power draw is getting to the point that we are just one-shotting people with no armor. And there we go. So yeah, character's coming along nicely. We have our leggings and our chest armor. Just need to get our hat and a better horse. We eventually will want gloves as well, but that's probably the lowest on the list of priorities. Don't see Clethy or Nazar. There is our helm, so that is fortunate. Oh, hunting crossbow, huh? That we could probably just give that to someone, that would be good. Do we have enough to... no. Those gauntlets would be good as well. Let's see. Here's a helmet. Nope. You don't want one? Okay. Take these. I don't know if putting it in their first slot actually makes them use it more. I know it puts it into their starting hands, so like the order of your weapons is the order you cycle through them. But I don't know if that just means they immediately switch back to their original equipment. What's the actual strength requirement on this helm? 9. Who actually has 9 strength of these characters? Bunduck, you do. So here you go. We can switch this helm onto someone with a bit lower. Do you have 7 strength? You do. Congratulations. There you go. Welcome to the team. I didn't mean to click that. Okay, so like I was saying, this is 3 more pieces down. So we just need our horse and we need our gloves, and then we're pretty much good to go. We can find Nazar and Clethy on the way, presumably. Although it is good to get all your companions early, because it's harder to retrieve them once you've joined a faction, because then you're at war with people and you don't want to be moving through their towns. Gets a lot harder, so that is another legitimate reason why it's best to get them early. You can see we got our gigantic helmed or winged helm. That's Ferentis, but we don't care about him. Want Ferentis. We don't have the money for a horse, so checking for them isn't really helpful anymore. There's no tournaments, huh? Okay, so I think then I'm going to try and take out some Sea Raiders for a bit of cash. We'll see if we can find some ideal groups, but we're getting there on our own that we have enough equipment to be able to handle them, or at least to not get run over. It seems all the initial wars have subsided. Hey, yay for happy hug time or whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna save in case I need to be a save-scumming asshole. 19, huh? That's a lot, but perhaps less than you'd think. Again, the main point with this is you don't need to neutralize them all, just all the archers, and then you can take the rest out individually. So, start our initial shots here. Can't really tell how much I'm overshooting them. I think I am, though. Yeah. I can't see how many of them are archers. Trying to look for quivers. Tell our cav to start moving. And poor Deshavi's trying to cycle her way over there as well. Really need to get her level so that she can get on a horse. There's another archer. Didn't kill him, unfortunately. I'm gonna try my best to save her here. Although, probably by cycling by her, I'm actually dooming her. Okay, so luckily these guys seem to be really distracted by my crew. So I was able to not be the focus of all the arrow fire, which is really good because a free running, I should not be doing the overhead swing, the free running or cavalry is really good because you get to just swoop in and take everything out. So now you can see once you get higher tier equipment, you can just 1 and 2 shot Sea Raiders. So you're pretty much at the point of smooth sailing. So we're just gonna loot everything. Alright, we got a few levels. So normally I'm going to start making her my scout, but I'm gonna give her a single point into riding just so that I can get her on a horse. There we go. Level her archery. Do I have a horse for her? I do. There you go. She probably doesn't need any more equipment. Anyone who doesn't have a mail shirt will start to get one. And we're just going to keep outfitting all of our troops here. As I've mentioned probably a few times by now, the Sea Raiders are good for outfitting your troops just because it's fairly low requirements on the gear, relatively speaking. I mean, Ymira is the hardest one to equip here, and we found stuff for her, so if you can help her, you can help most people. I don't know if... No, it's probably better to have chest armor on her doctor. So that's probably the gist of it here. Give him a better helmet. And he should be, and we should be good. So Ymira, I'm going to start leveling her to be our backup doctor. So she is pumping intelligence as well. Now, having multiple doctors doesn't actually improve your doctor skill if it's just 2 companions. What I mean by that is, I guess I'll level crossbows for her. You don't get the bonuses here. So like if you look on the side panel, having 2 people with 4 in surgery, for example, will just leave you with surgery 4. You only get the bonuses, which are the pluses in the brackets, of which we have none right now, if I personally, as the party leader, have high amounts in the skill, starting at 2, which I think I explained in the first video is how you get plus to skills. But the reason why you do 2 doctors is because if one of your doctors dies, you want the other one to give him first aid, because I don't think doctors can retroactively give themselves first aid. That could be incorrect, but I'm fairly certain that's how it works. In any case, if one of them gets downed and the other doesn't, it's useful to wound treatment the other guy to get him back up so that you have your party healing consistently. So that's the logic behind that, and just in general, it's good to have multiple doctors because you never know what's going to happen. So I'm just going to keep killing Sea Raiders. This will be good for my own XP And as you saw, it also helped out my companions. So everyone's on horseback now, which is a good sign. That'll speed up our overland movement and allow overmap. Of course we're going overland, but it's going to improve our movement both in battles, because I can cycle them all like Cav, or improve our map speed. That was bad of me. There we go. There seems to just be the one archer. There he goes. So, Sea Raiders, you want to, if they're focusing you, you want to circle around them so that you let them expend all of their throwing weapons, because throwing weapons, even if you're heavily armored, they are arguably do some of the most damage AI-wise. So you really want to be careful there. Luckily, there's not very many throwing weapon ammo-wise, so it only takes a few seconds for them to foolishly use up all their ammo, and then you're back to square one. And then after that, they are just... it's pretty much the looter principle. As long as you're not getting hit, they do not pose much more of a threat. Of course, if you do get yourself hit, the punishment is higher, but if you thread the needle, they are just more money to be earned. So we have a lot of equipment here. I'm going to try and move in to sell it. We could start leveling up Ransom Broker now that we're going to start fighting, just to allow us to start taking prisoners. Sea Raiders, I think, give you like something like in the hundreds now for actual rewards, which is a non-trivial amount. There are no real good gloves here. And this is not the type of charger I want. I want the traditional one, I believe, because the traditional one gives... looking at my notes here. Traditional one gives... well, it's higher than... step charger is the best for maneuvering. The best for speed is a courser, and the best for armor is a charger. Now we want to focus on armor because the main benefit of a horse is you don't... main benefit of an armored horse is to not get knocked over. I do not think I want to take on that many Sea Raiders. The 35 group, I mean. I will take on... I'll take on this group of 19 if they come by. So, let's tell my crew again to move back. I know this is repetitive, the actions, but it's still important because it'll show how I'm actually leveling up and how you can do it, and that it's not just a fluke every time you do it. So that's why I should be firing further back and hitting the archer back there. There you go. Let him fire. There you go. Now this was dangerous because I ran into throwing weapon range, which you want to try and avoid. Ow. I didn't see these guys coming up the hill. Tell my guys to run. Hopefully they don't get caught here. I am not coming at it at good angles in this fight. And I want to duck back out because they are throwing at me. archers have revealed themselves again. So, boom. There they go. Checking the map to make sure that my companions are okay. I'm going to tell them to keep running. They do not, this isn't Total War or anything. They don't get fatigued, so you can pretty much just keep telling them to move. And that's not good. I don't know if that guy hit my horse in melee or a throwing weapon just hit one. But this is why you armor your horses, because you do not want to be worried about getting dismounted. So I'm going to play a little scared here. Nothing new here, either in this game or in Diablo for that matter. Looks like the last throwing weapon there hit me. That's unfortunate. Same concept pretty much with all shield units. Whoa, where the hell did that guy come from? Huh, must have gotten ahead of the rest. Pretty much ran over him before I noticed him. One thing you should note is that I believe Huskarls have high enough shield and a big enough shield that you can't do this very easily. I'm not sure if it's impossible or just very unlikely, but you can't cheese them as easily. Looks like Deshavu was firing, or someone. Perhaps Katrin with her new crossbow. But there we go. Like I said, these guys are pretty good for both XP and equipment. You're essentially no longer having to sell stuff for pennies, which is always nice. Marnid leveled. So I think, like I said, I'm going to make Marnid my siege tactician. So you just need to go to tactics here, as well as where the hell is it? Engineer, down there. Those are the two main things you compare together. There's no technical reason why they're put together. I mean, they're both good for battles, but so are a lot of skills, so it's not a direct relation so much as it is a easy way to pair things together, just like the scout and the doctor. I didn't mean to run into these guys, but it's about the same size as the last fight, so we'll just say I meant to do that, yeah. Now, probably shouldn't be firing these shots. There's no real reason to be doing so. But I'm just being optimistic. There is a bowman way back there that I'm going to try and take out. You want to make sure you're always moving at an angle, if at all possible, so that the archers are less likely to hit. And because of that, you want to be careful when you time when you go in, because you can accidentally run directly into the person. I need to tell my guys to leave. They might get cut off here. Doesn't look like it though. Or at least one of them. I don't know if one of them's got their horse shot out from under them. Looks like it because they're moving very slowly. Who was the unlucky contestant? Looks like it was Martin. That guy is that guy trying to stab me with his javelin? So, bob and weave to not get shot. You can try and just charge directly at them, but the AI is rarely phased, so they will dedicate to their shot. So, it's up to you whether you think it's worth it. Sometimes you don't have the space to do a full dance around, but... So this is why reach on weapons is pretty important when you're horseback. It allows you to dance. Of course, this is exaggerated examples because I'm against swordsmen and axemen, but you can run at someone and then turn right before you're about to complete the swing to exaggerate your total arc. Like that. So essentially you're turning as your swing reaches its furthest or highest point, which allows you to take advantage of it. I'm sure I don't need to explain geometry. At least that's how it, at the very least, if it doesn't have anything to do with your swing, it pushes yourself as far away as possible, which is always a good thing. So, more equipment. I'm going to just take the top bits here because they're worth a bit more. Again, selling values are, you get penalties for selling equipment, and items will never reach their full value, even if you have max in trade, just because the game would be a little silly if you could kill like one knight and then sell all of his equipment and have like, you know, 10, 20, 30,000 gold. Dinars, excuse me. These two items here, the long axe and the bardiche, those are actually pretty good weapons if you're doing a grinding siege fight, just because they are the highest damage. They're in the 50s. They're one of the few weapons that are in the 50s. The problem is they're unbalanced, which allows you to, or doesn't allow you to block very well. So that's why I said it's best in a grinding fight when you're not having to rely on your actual blocking. Besides that, I think that's a good place to stop. We'll double check to make sure Clethy isn't here. Nope. And I guess in the next one we'll go after this guy's village and Bazak. So I will see you guys then. Take care.